Backyard. 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 Backyard.
Hi, I'm Tyler. Welcome to the backyard. Now we're already in February, it's warming up, and we already have a Hoover's Hatchery guide mailed to us. So the guy stopped in, kind of explained the differences with their guide this year. They got more birds, they got rid of all their postage and stuff. With that, some of the birds may look a little more expensive, but we're going to work on that, so it's going to be the same price you've paid with us the last few years. Now, if you're just getting into, maybe you're wondering, hey, do I want to get some birds for the backyard, for my backyard? What should I get? Do I want to get some egg layers? Do I want to get some meat birds? So we'll just talk about kind of the basic ones. The #1 seller that we're going to be selling this year, and it's been the last couple of years, is this Cornish CrossBroiler. So essentially that's the meat bird. You have them for a little less than 60 days. They get really big really fast. And then you send them off to the butcher. You have your nice young fryers there. But that's a Cornish CrossBroiler for a straight run, which means you get the males and the females, and it's kind of at random. Usually you get 50-50, but the straight run means it's at random. It's going to be about $135 for a bird. So it's a really good price, and it's a really fast growing bird. Now with that, you'll want to get your chick starter. This one right here is medicated. We recommend that because if there's any coccidiosis or any sickness with those chicks, this is going to help prevent that. Don't be scared of the medication name. That's all it is for. It's got a little bit in there just to kind of prevent that. So you'll start them on this. Now after about a week or two of that, you'll go to our 20%, it's called Valley Ridge Chicken Grower. It's a 20%, it's a lane it's a mash, so it's not a crumble or it's not a pellet, but they'll eat that up, and that can be going all the way through when they're finishing. So start with this, then go to our Valley Ridge Chicken Grower, and right now that's probably at $12.50, maybe $13, so that's a 50-pound bag. So it's that'd be what I think most people will start with. Now if you want layers, the cool thing about this year's guide is they have tons, and I mean way more layers than they had last year. A couple of the kind of the normal ones would be like the barred rock. But if you have maybe a couple kids that want to see the Easter colored eggs, the blues, the greens, then the Americana, we actually have that the last couple years. That is it's kind of a cool, it lays a blue, kind of a greenish egg, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of what I recommend. But with those layers, it's the same thing. You start them on this. Nutrisource does a really good job of optimizing this formula, so you know you're going to get those chicks started the best way you can. After that, we have the Valley Ridge chicken layer. We got a 16% layer and a 20% layer. The difference is just the protein. Right now, the days are starting to be a little longer. They're getting a lot more sunlight, and chickens respond to that tremendously, actually. The more sunlight, the better. So if you want to give those guys a bump, you can leave the light on a little longer, and then once the sunlight actually starts doing its job, you'll see a change. So we've already saw that already in February, but what they'll do is they'll go to the 20% right away, kind of just get them going, and then they go to the 16. We sell probably 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1 more bags of that 16% layer than the 20% layer. A couple of things I got up here. We got the water right here. It's just a 1-gallon water, and then a nice little feeder. The feeders are brightly colored, yellow, green, purple, just to get those chicks' attention. And then right here is just a chicken grit. Now this is the tiniest bag of grit I think we have in the store, but we sell it in 50-pound bags. After about 2 weeks, you want to monitor those birds, but give them a little chance to eat that grit, and then after a couple days of that, they can just free feed it themselves. Couple more, kind of the more problems we have. This is a Pick No More cover-up lotion. One thing with some of the chicks, they do get a little violent, and once they do see blood, they're going to want to pick that. So this is just kind of a deterrent for that. If it does happen, and you get maybe lice or mites, or you think you have that type of outbreak, this is a very interesting product. It's called Diatomaceous Earth. It's a little powder. Not going to hurt me or you or the chicks, but any type of parasite or anything, it's actually just kind of a dusty particle, and it's so sharp, it sounds silly, but it's going to cut that parasite, kill them. Or if it's maybe a worm or something, the worm will eat it, it'll cut up the insides. It sounds absolutely terrible as I'm talking about it, but it's super effective and super nice, super easy on your chick. It's actually a food grade, chemical grade deal where you can put it in your garden. A lot of people actually put it in their ration for beef. Yeah, it's just a neat deal, and it's I think $12 for that guy. It also comes in 40-pound bags, but it's a nice, easy way, clean way to help get rid of those lice and mites. The other thing is, with these Hoover Hatchery Guide, they absolutely got way more birds, way more layers, a lot more rare breeds, turkeys, pheasants, the works. We have a feed for all that. Nutrisource will have a couple different options, but you can also ask us if maybe you want a custom mix. We do that all the time. So anyway, it is February. Hopefully you guys had a good Super Bowl, and come to the backyard. Go to our facebook.com/visitthebackyard. Go to www.com or thebackyardperm.com, or give us a call at 218-346-7487 and maybe get some birds with us, and we'll see you next time.
Yard. 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 Yard.